A familiar face of the Tri-States has a new lease on life these days. Former Quincy Mayor Chuck Scholz says he's happy to be alive after surviving a rare liver disease and cancer.
I got the chance to catch up with the former mayor as he shared his story with me in hopes that you will join him in his efforts to make the world a better place.
It's the hardest letter I've ever written in my life, and I've written a lot of letters. That's kind of what I've done for a living in 35 years.
Living for 35 years. That has a whole new meaning these days for former Quincy Mayor Chuck Scholz. That letter he's talking about is to the donor of his liver. Back in February, Scholz got the liver to replace one with a tumor and a rare liver disease.
It's called non-alcoholic steatohepatitis,
or NASH for short. It's kind of a mystery how Scholz got the disease, but he tells me he had several risk factors for it: a poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, and stress.
Yeah, I'm at the office.
NASH was found in Scholz in 2006, and for the next 8 years, he lived with it. He changed his diet, he exercised, and took the proper medicine. But last summer, things changed when doctors found a cancerous tumor in his liver. Doctors told him a transplant was his only option.
I don't think I would have made it through the year.
The process to get this liver, though, was actually a very lengthy one. Get this. The first go-round, Chuck had a bad reaction to the anesthetic, and they had to give the liver to the backup patient. Then the next 2 times, Chuck was the backup patient, but the liver wasn't delivered to him. Then another time, there was a liver waiting for him, but it was a bad liver. So the liver he has in him now is literally the 5th one offered, and he says that's the one he was meant to have.
Somebody saved my life. And every one of us has that opportunity to potentially save a life.
Since Scholz feels he has a new lease on life, he wants to make the most of it. That includes being a good husband, father, grandfather, and citizen. He's now taken it upon himself to find more organ donors.
I can imagine that it's a difficult thing for the family following the death of a loved one to make this decision, but I do hope it gives them some comfort to know that their loved one has ongoing positive impact.
And he's just one recipient of one organ from someone's body. That donor likely saved the lives of many other people. And if you put yourself in Chuck's shoes, now you know why writing that thank you letter to the donor's family is tough. After 20 months, he has the option of writing a letter to the family. That letter then goes to a consortium who will ask the family if it wants to get a letter from the recipient. Scholz says there's not an easy way to say thank you enough for the gift that he was given.
I think of my granddaughters, and when the doctor came in and told me I was cancer-free now, I looked at my little 3-year-old, Olivia, and thought, I'm going to dance at your wedding. I'm going to see you graduate.
Words that resonate in Scholz's mind every day, down to the letter. And Chuck Scholz says right now there are 5,000 people in Illinois alone who are on the donor list. Every year, 300 people die because they don't get the organ they need. For more information on becoming an organ donor, you can log on to KHQA.com. You do it at most DMVs, but all 3 of the Tri-States have websites that you go on to, too. He did also mention to me, too, that he goes, if you sign up for an organ donor, that's great, but you should really put it in your power of attorney. Within your will, so that way it's kind of legally binding there.
Well, on an Illinois driver's license, don't they also have it on there too? Yeah. So, but yeah, always that should be documented.
Yep.